Good evening and thank you for joining me. My name is William Green, and tonight I will be presenting about the Supreme Court case Engle v. Vitale. This landmark 1962 Supreme Court decision ruled state-sponsored prayer in public schools was unconstitutional. This decision sparked a national uproar, especially among fundamentalist and evangelical leaders who saw it as a turning point in America's spiritual and moral decline. The case arose from a New York school district where students were encouraged to recite a short, non-denominational prayer each morning. Almighty God, we acknowledge our dependence upon Thee, and we beg Thy blessings upon us, our parents, our teachers, and our country. While participation was not mandatory, several Jewish families led by Larry Roth sued the school district due to his Jewish children having to pray in a class with the presence of a statue of Jesus in the classroom, and he believed no child should be forced to pray. Roth's primary argument was that the state's endorsement of prayer violated the Establishment Clause of the First Amendment. Roth would lose at the local level and appeal to the state level, where the New York State Supreme Court ruled that no student could be forced to recite the formal prayer or stay in the room. However, the act of the prayer being said was not unconstitutional. Their case would eventually make it to the Supreme Court, where it was ruled that the resuscitation of a daily prayer in schools violated the Establishment Clause of the Constitution, directly regarding the First Amendment, which prohibited laws respecting the establishment of religion due to the federal funding of public schools, which see the government funding a religious practice. The Supreme Court agreed, and in a 6-1 ruling declared that the government-mandated prayer, even if non-sectarian, was unconstitutional in public schools. Jerry Falwell argued that the public school system has been permeated with secular humanism that teaches the Bible is just another book of literature and has taught them that there are no absolutes in the world. Humanism claims a life adjustment philosophy rooted in a person's social and psychological growth instead of factual knowledge. It has replaced moral values with subjective value systems relative to situational ethics. Engle v. Vitale was not just about a 22-word prayer. It was about who decides the role of faith in public life. To fundamentalists like Falwell, it was a cultural alarm bell that would shape decades of political activism and religious revivalism. Ultimately, the ruling reaffirmed a principle of American democracy, that faith must be freely practiced and not prescribed by the state. However, the debate it unleashed continues to shape our public discourse today over religion, rights, and the meaning of the First Amendment. The general fundamentalist understanding was that if God is kicked out of the classroom, we should not be surprised when he is absent from our culture. Thank you.